Hey, what's going on, everybody? I have a team review for you today. The Nuts. Yeah, I know. Who comes up with these crazy names? Well, I actually named this one The Nuts, but Code called it The Exorcist. Chaz called it the 99% because, like, at the time it was 99% win ratio. I don't know about that anymore, but it's still a really, really strong team, and it's just The Nuts. Side note, I went from like 5 million rep to 7 million rep in like a couple weeks. For those who don't know, I don't really play this game a lot. I just like have periods of time where I just spam stamina points to get credits and stuff. But yeah, that's just a little side note. So the Nuts is a ground team that combines counter endurance Punisher or King with cover Skina, and the cover ability will allow the endurance imprint to not be affected by Void. It'll still be affected by Abysses from Core, but honestly, the only core teams I would lose to with the Nuts is a team that has a first slot core counter endurance. That was the only core I would lose to, because that core would cancel out this Punisher's endurance and the core would maintain its endurance, and they both have counters, so it beats Punisher. I was able to beat piercing cores, but that's just a side note. So anyways, the first thing we should talk about is the speed, since it's a ground team. The first thing that we set the speed at is 510, because with the grounding decreasing the opponent's team speed by 12% and the cover ability to increase the speed by 8, it kind of added up to 550 or whatever, which was like the standard speed. So we just put it at 510. However, I think that if a lot of people start using this team, then counters are going to be made. People will probably dump the speed down to 400 just to combat the 510s or more. So the speed, I'm going to say, is entirely up to you. You can go anywhere from like 350 speed to 550 speed. No more, or I guess less if you want. It's just going to be one of those like, my ground is going to combat your ground kind of deals. But anyways, we put it at 510. So counter endurance Punisher takes out a lot of things in the game. I made a video a little bit ago called Pocket Summoner King versus Punisher, and I explained how counter deals with a lot of things. So this is like the main setup for the Nuts team. This is the main beat stick. And you also want to add some magic defense to deal with magic defense guards. So yeah, don't add any defense because you want to counter with maximum damage. I still think counter is going to be really good even after the patch that's coming April 30th, which prevents it from like over countering, like dealing excessive damage. Like, it's still going to be good, so you guys don't have to worry about that. But definitely add a little bit of magic defense onto the Punisher, as well as the Ground Dragon, because it kind of works the same. This guy's still a beat stick. As far as the imprints go, of course, endurance on the Punisher, that's the main theme, I guess, of the team, or on the King, both counter endurance. On the Skina, you want to have endurance as well to prevent it from being one-shot by dark attacks. And for the Ground Dragon, I've seen a multitude of things. I use a speed 3, but I've seen people use shield. I've seen people use endurance. I like to use speed 3 not only because it helps out with the ground empowerment and like being able to put more points onto attack, but in the event where you fight against a core team, all of the imprints, like special imprints, are going to be stopped. So it kind of makes a balance in the team, like if this were to have shield, I mean, I would just lose more to core, if that makes sense. Like, at least with a stat imprint in the team somewhere, then I'm not like completely rendered useless by core teams. So that is why I like to use speed 3. I'm not really sure what else to talk about. This team is just really, really good. It's just the Nuts. Like, that's why I called it the Nuts. Just Punisher is the main beat stick. He can run through a lot of things. Like I explained in the Punisher versus King video that, Punisher is like probably the better one of King. However, I feel like if a lot of people start using this team, not only will they reduce the speed, like I said earlier, but they'll start to use King, because like if people use Punisher, then people are just going to use King to counter the Punisher. So if people use King, then people are going to use King to counter the King, and it's just going to become a big like mess. So I'm gonna leave the discretion up to you guys. I just felt like sharing this team because this team is the team that we've had a lot of success with. Bahamut, like even after Colossus was released, Bahamut switched back to this team because the fights were faster. And he would just rack up so many credits because he would spend his attack points just really fast. And end of story. Anyways, guys, this team is very good. If you want to use it, it's up to you guys. It is expensive to build because you need 2 Dragon Orbs and a Punisher. But, you know, it's a very good team. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys next time. Oh, people said they want a review on Burning Dragon. I'm going to do that. Hold on to your Nespies. Catch you later. Bye.